And good morning. Welcome to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Keel Zomer in the Daily Dodge TV studios this morning. We've got Charlie Dern running video, and Wally up there running, pushing all the buttons in the Slumberland studio for us this morning. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday morning. This week is just absolutely flying by, and another great day here at 95.3 WBEV. Got plenty of great stuff coming up for you at 11:10 this morning on Taking Care of Business. Wade Bates will be joined by the folks from the Beaver Dam Unified School District. They'll fill us in on all the great stuff happening around the district. I know, obviously, homecoming just a couple of weeks ago. School's off to a great start, nearing the end of the first quarter already, which is hard to believe. And so we'll catch up with the Beaver Dam Unified School District. And I know they're definitely excited for tomorrow night and the final game of the regular season for the Beaver Dam High School football team as they head to Port Washington. It's going to be a fantastic game. Two giants taking on each other this season. You can catch that game on Daily Dodge TV, also on our sister station, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Pregame at 6:45, and Wade Bates and Tim Ladron on the call, starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, so don't miss that. And coming up this afternoon here on 95.3 WBEV on Community Comment, beginning at 12:35, we'll be joined by Dodge County Emergency Preparedness Coordinator Matt Bartle. He'll be in with a visit, letting us know some of the stuff that's going on around Dodge County. And then Bucks basketball tonight here on 95.3 WBEV as they head to Chicago to take on the Bulls. So that's what's on the agenda for today. I want to let you know about a great event coming up this Saturday over in Fox Lake. It's the Fox Lake Fall Spooktacular Festival. That's going to be from noon until 3 this Saturday in downtown Fox Lake. So many things happening during the festival. They'll have a petting zoo, a caricature artist, a coloring contest. You've got the children's costume contest at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll have a scavenger hunt. There's going to be a brat fry and bake sale. They'll have pumpkin bowling, lots of treats and goodies down there. There's going to be some bounce houses down there. And how about this? They're going to have minnow races. Yes, minnows as in the little fish. They're going to have minnow races down there for you. Also going to be trunk or treat from 11 to 12:30 at St. John's Lutheran Church in Fox Lake this Saturday. Check out all the information, the full lineup, at foxlakechamber.com. You can also give them a call at 920-928-3777. Excited for Hometown today because it is a spotlight on local business with the Beaver Dam Chamber. We're going to get to chat with a couple of local entrepreneurs later on in the show, and we're looking forward to that. We'll be back with more Hometown Today in just a moment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. 9 minutes after 9 o'clock from 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. It is Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, the store for your floor and so much more. Visit them at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. You can also check them out online at proflr.com. They've got a great selection of things in the store. You can check out their Stanton carpet line, of course. We talk about that a lot. Such a great line of carpet, really tough, durable stuff. Great for those high traffic areas, good for area custom rugs, good for the stairs. So you can check that out. And they've got well over 40 different rolls of carpet in stock. And of course, with the Gold Tag sale all October long, you get that free carpet cushion as well with that in-stock carpet. But they've got plenty of other things to choose from as well. That real hardwood flooring. They've got that great selection of LVP. They've got countertops for you. They've got the kitchen cabinets, waterproof flooring for your bathroom, and so much more. And, of course, as always, they provide you with those free in-home measurements and quotes, and you can also enjoy a free in-store consultation. And just visit that showroom because, as we always say, you're bound to have some inspiration just by looking around and seeing what they've got. Again, Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, online at proflr.com. It is Spotlight on Local Business today on Hometown Today. We always enjoy when the folks from the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce visit with us and bring us a couple of folks from the area that are doing some great things. And we're excited to welcome in our first guest this morning, Kayla Drake, owner-operator of Rosalie Book Boutique. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for being here this morning. So let's start. We're going to talk a little bit about the Book Boutique here in a minute, but let's learn a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I grew up locally. I graduated high school from Horicon. I've kind of always been in the area, moved to Madison for a little while, but came back to be close to family. I went back to nursing school when my daughter was in kindergarten, so I still work as a nurse. I work at UW Hospital in Madison, so very busy doing all of those things. I'm married. I have 3 kids. My boys both play a lot of hockey, so I'm very involved in the rink here in Beaver Dam. My mom lives with me also. She really helps support my store, so sometimes you'll see her there when I'm busy working.
So a full-time nurse and business owner. How about that? I mean, that's like the true entrepreneurial spirit right there. Never quite enough to do. Always got to put something else on yourself.
Yep.
So have books always been a love of yours?
Yeah, I've always loved reading
since
I was very little.
What were some of your favorites growing up?
I read a lot of R.L. Stein. So I owned the whole Fear Street
Goosebumps,
series.
all that good stuff. I remember those. Man, every time the book fair came around when I was in school, I was always looking for those R.L. Stein books. They were great.
My parents probably hated book fair.
I'm a parent now whose kids just had book fair this week, so yeah, I've got a little more understanding of that now. But well, tell us a little bit about what you were working full time as a nurse. What sparked the thought to go, I should open a bookstore?
Well, I don't know that it's a very exciting story, but it was probably the summer of 2022. Becky Gluen was the mayor, and she was working really hard to improve the downtown, along with Tracy from the chamber. And they would put posts on Facebook about desired businesses that they were looking for in downtown Beaver Dam, and a bookstore was one of them. And I was like, that would be really fun to own a bookstore. And one of my friends also saw the post, and she messaged me or screenshotted me the post and was like, Kayla, you should do this. You'd be really good at it. So I did some research. I actually got a certificate in book selling from an online career college. Started looking at places downtown, finding out how much everything would cost, and decided that we would go for it. And we opened in March of 2023.
Had you had any business or management kind of experience leading into that, or was this kind of was the business side of it kind of a whole new thing for you that you had to learn?
Yeah, I had no experience with business, none at all. So it's really been a huge learning curve for me as far as all of that goes. The certificate that I got did include some accounting classes and that kind of thing, but yeah, it's all new.
I always say there's no better way to learn than to do.
Yeah. Yep.
If you just jump right into it, you're going to learn a lot. It's pretty fun. What can people? I mean, what can folks expect when they come to Rosalie Book Boutique?
I mostly have a lot of fiction books. I do have a small selection of everything I try to have. But they can ask me suggestions, and I'm happy to help. If I don't have things in the store, I can order pretty much anything, and it usually comes pretty quickly. I'm a really good listener, so I listen to people all day long tell me their stories about books, their stories about their family. I've made a ton of friends from having the store, friends that I probably never would have met otherwise. Helped a few people. I actually worked as a psychiatric nurse for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I think that has helped me also to connect with people.
I was gonna say, I bet that helps build that connection when folks come in there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have like a couple of favorite authors like right now on your list?
Well, I would say my favorite book of the year has been The Women by Kristen Hanna.
Okay.
Yep. So that's about nurses in Vietnam. So that's been my favorite for the year. But I do like mystery thrillers, some romance. I'm trying to get into fantasy. That's a huge thing right now.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but I'm trying.
What else should we know about Rosalie Book Boutique?
I think a big thing to know is that, in general, independent bookstores are kind of becoming a thing of the past, just as books become so accessible in other places. But the important thing to remember is that local businesses support your local community. So I always try to donate to different events if I can, host different events that bring in lots of different people from different communities. And I just think it's really important that people continue to shop local.
Yeah. On that note, how has you've been open about a little over 2 years then, right around 2 years?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah,
yep.
almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're in downtown Beaver Dam. How's the support been down there?
Actually, the community is great. All of the businesses in downtown really support each other. We try to have events and include everybody. We're always sharing each other's social media posts. I actually just had an event at UGA across the street from me. It was a banned book event, and we brought in people from like an hour away that just love books and love beer. So
I was gonna say
fun.
you're kind of in a great little location. Downtown Beaver Dam. There's so many great locations, but you're in this great little spot. You're right across from UGA. You've got some food near you, and it's a great opportunity. You can come into Rosalie and pick out your favorite book, and then you can head over to UGA, and they got comfy spots in there. You could read and enjoy a good drink. It works out really great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
We're with Kayla Drake. She is the owner of Rosalie Book Boutique. We are spotlighting local business along with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce here today on Hometown Today. We'll be back with more here on 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV. Welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings. Under the big red awning in downtown Beaver Dam. Stop into the store during their hours and check out their great selection. 3 levels of beautiful home furnishings. Everything you'll need for your home, from wall decor to sofas and love seats to those great rocker recliners. Lots of great brands. They've got mattresses, fantastic area selection, I should say, of area rugs as well down there at McKinstry's Home Furnishings. And, of course, we've always got to talk about that fantastic picture framing department at McKinstry's Home Furnishings as well. Picture framing for not just pictures, framing for anything you could think of that you might want to hang on that wall, whether it's artwork or certificates, awards, prints. Wildlife prints is a great one. Maybe school pictures. If you got the kids' school pictures back, what a great way to really present those and make sure it fits very well into your home decor. So stop down there, and, of course, their designers love helping you out, find the right frame for you, and getting everything looking just right. They're going to be thrilled with the everyday low prices as well on their picture framing. So stop on down at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. You can also visit them online at mckinstryshomefurnishings.com. It is a spotlight on business with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce today on Hometown Today, and we're joined again by Kayla Drake, the owner of Rosalie Book Boutique. We're learning all about this great boutique that's been open almost 2 years now. Doing anything special to celebrate 2 years? Thinking about it yet?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, I haven't
in the works.
I haven't thought about it too much yet. Worried about the holidays.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And that was going to be my next question for you is, we're middle October here, getting into late October, and those holidays are right around the corner, and a really great opportunity to do some holiday shopping over at Rosalie Book Boutique, isn't there?
Yep, we're really excited for the holidays coming up. I always try to have a good selection of seasonal gifts. So right now I have a display of Halloween and Thanksgiving books right out front. Fall Downtown Fest is coming up, and that's always a fun event. I do actually have an author coming on that day. His name is Tyler Welch. He has his debut novel coming out. It's dark fiction and horror, so perfect for Halloween
time. Yeah.
Yep. So that should be fun. I'm excited for him for that also. As far as gifts go, a gift card is always great. I have gift cards available. Sometimes it's hard to pick a book for.
Yeah, that's a really great point, because that is a very specific thing, and it's sometimes, even if maybe what kind of reading a person is into, it might be tough. Is this going to be the book for them? So it is really nice, I think, sometimes to be able to get that gift card and let them go down. Plus, it gives them a great excuse to, maybe if they haven't been in there before, check out like all the great things we've got going on there.
Yeah, they also make good gifts for teachers.
Yes.
People are buying gift cards for teachers all the time, librarians, grandmas.
I now know where my wife is going to be headed next week as she starts doing the holiday shopping for our teachers, because that is such a, you think about what could get you, what can you get teachers? Teacher Appreciation Week, too. You can think about that. That's a great idea, because we're always like, oh, what do we get? We just keep getting them coffee every year. It's going to get old. So that's a great thought, too. You also have a book club that you're doing. Talk a little bit about that.
I do. I've actually been doing book club from before I opened the store. So
Okay.
I kind of just expanded it to be involved with the store. It's usually the first Wednesday of the month, and we usually have about 15 or 16 people that come. It's not the same people every month. A huge variation in age, so it's really fun to get to know other people in the community. I have a lot of people that have just moved here that come to meet new people.
Sure.
I pick the books every month. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I don't finish the book. I try really hard, but I'm very busy. And they all know that, so it works out fine. But it's kind of fun, because I'm sorry if this book is terrible. I didn't read it ahead of time. So we have fun, and they tease me, and it's fine. I also have a kids book club, which is kind of new. That isn't the same day every month, just we're kind of trying to figure out a good time for that.
Sure.
In the summer, we had it a little earlier, but now with school, trying to
Yeah.
find the right time for kids to be able to come.
Yeah.
That's a little smaller so far. I have about 5 or 6 kids that come. I do have a couple of authors coming in the next couple of months for Kids Book Club, so I think that would be a great opportunity for kids to come and meet the authors that write the books.
If you had all the space in the world in there, is there one thing you'd really love to add that you haven't been able to?
Yeah, I think I would like to have a bigger nonfiction section.
Okay.
Kids are always looking for comics and manga. And I don't have that right now, so I would love to add that.
That's pretty popular with the kids right now, isn't it? Yeah. Anything else going on that we should know about that we forgot to hit on? Anything new that's happening?
I think I've been trying to expand my operations. So I'm trying to bring the books to the people. I actually was invited to host a book fair at St. Stephen's Lutheran School in Horicon this past week for Grandparents' Day, and that went really well. So they're having a Parents' Day in the future. They invited me back for that. But I think sometimes it's hard for people to come to the actual store, and if they see the books right in front of them, they're more likely to buy them. So I've been trying to bring the books to the people.
Very good. If if folks have ideas for books and things like that, are you always open to suggestion if people have ideas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. And then how can people find you? We say downtown across Muga. What's the actual address?
It is 234 South Spring Street.
And then can folks find you online as well? Social media, give all that out?
Yep, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I do have a website. It's rosaliebooksbd.com.
And Rosalie is spelt?
It's Rosalee.
Always like to make sure we get those grammatical things correct, because otherwise you get one letter off and suddenly it becomes more difficult to find. So, well, that is fantastic. Kayla Drake, owner of Rosalie Book Boutique, downtown Beaver Dam, thanks so much for being here. Congratulations on almost 2 years. And I hope folks will stop down. If nothing else, just stop down and say hi and see what the place is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Kayla Drake, owner of Rosalie Book Boutique. We've got more Spotlight on local business with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce coming up here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, the store for your floor and so much more. Here on 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV, it is a spotlight on local business today with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce. We had a great time last segment talking with Kayla Drake, owner of Rosalie Book Boutique. And if you head over there and get your favorite book, maybe what you can do is head over to Higher Grounds Coffee Shop in Beaver Dam and sit down and enjoy a book and a good cup of coffee. And we've got the entrepreneur at the helm of Higher Grounds Coffee, Cheryl Latch, is with us. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning.
How are you?
I've had my cup of coffee.
Okay, I have not. So take it easy on me, okay?
I will do that.
I have not had my coffee. I always love coming across all those memes of, I haven't had my coffee today, don't talk to me, because that's a little bit me, Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the coffee shop in a minute, but I know obviously you've got a lot of ties to this area, been around, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a hook and bullet girl from the north. So
Okay.
I hail from Merrill, Wisconsin. Many people know me as Cheryl from Merrill from my past life.
Yeah, I got to love having that name growing up in that city.
Yeah. So if you hear that, that is me. My husband and I have lived in town for about 25 years now, just coming up on our 25th anniversary. Had 2 kids. I have a day job too, so Kayla and I share a lot in common. I work full time for the DNR.
Oh, okay.
Hydropower policy expert. So
Right over my head.
yeah, so
You might have to come back just to talk about that, because that's very intriguing to me. And you've been doing a lot around this community for a long time. You've been here 25 years.
yeah, and I think when Kayla mentioned she met a lot of people when she started her business, I think I have a similar journey. So originally I had bought in the Vineyard Books and Gifts that is
okay.
now Wonder Nails.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So long ago in a land far away, I was one of the owners of Vineyard Books and Gifts. I was also the person who closed it due to a downturn in the economy in 2009.
Sure.
And then with a lot of engagement from the community and support from the community, they're like, can you bring some stuff back? So we tried again, and here we are, part 2. And now it's a coffee shop. It's got a lot of retail space in it. It's really about the people. It wasn't ever about coffee. I'm actually not a big coffee drinker.
I was gonna ask that. I obviously, we talked with Kayla, and she was she was passionate about books. Were you one of those that were just gotta have my 3 cups of coffee a day? But doesn't
No.
sound like maybe that is the case.
No, absolutely not. For me, it really was about finding a space for people to come together where kids could play cards and grandmas can sit with their granddaughters or friends could get together and knit. You're traveling and you need that space to get your kids out of the car to just take a moment and relax a little. It was about a space for the people, a space for the community to come and just hang out.
So coffee was not so much the destination as it was the vessel.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, if going in knowing that, what was it about? Obviously we kind of know where you were going and kind of create that space. What was it about coffee? It's just that common connector?
It is. So a lot of people are looking for a space where there is a little bit of food and beverage. And we have enough, for my opinion, there's enough other places where you can get, sandwiches or alcoholic beverages or larger lunch menu.
Sure.
And, growing up in northern Wisconsin, you sit around the kitchen table, you go to the local cafe, you grab a cup of coffee, and you hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to create something similar here in Beaver Dam. And we wanted to create it as a local experience. So there's, there's a couch and there's board games and coloring books and all of that. As we developed the business, we have a meeting room that is frequently used, and now we use that meeting room to sponsor a lot of nonprofits, government groups, businesses, support groups. And between the Higher Grounds location in Beaver Dam and a location we have in Fox Lake, we have over 25 families that contribute to all the merchandise that we sell.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that you bring up a great point, because obviously it started with the Higher Grounds location out on 33, just east of town here.
Yeah.
But just recently, you came into Fox Lake as well. Talk a little bit about that venture.
Sure. So, kind of in the middle of COVID, opportunities presented themselves. And through a lot of conversation and ambition, I decided to take another adventure on, and we purchased the On Lake Time storefront. So I own the building. We took on the business. We expanded the vendors and consigners that we have. We expanded the amount of merchandise and the types of merchandise that we have. And then we also just this last year or so put in Higher Grounds 2.0. So we've got a little coffee shop area in there. You can grab the leather couch, sit by the fireplace in the fall, meet with some friends, take that time for yourself, and do a little shopping if you want.
That sounds great. So you decide you want to create this business, you want to create this space for the community. You decide it's going to be a coffee shop. Where do you start?
I'm a crafty person, so
Okay.
a lot of people know that I do arts and crafts. When I had the vineyard, even before I bought the vineyard, I actually was doing the arts and crafts circuit. I was a jewelry designer.
Oh, okay.
So for a long time, I had done the circuit. I knew a lot of people, and then opportunities presented themselves, and I thought, it's about being creative here. I literally was full of markers and Post-it notes and colored pencils and graph paper. I have my idea books. Google and Pinterest have been my friends, visiting other locations and other mom and pops, talking to them, hearing their stories, their successes, their challenges, and trying to figure out, well, what does it mean for Cheryl and her family? What does it mean for the community of Beaver Dam? A lot of the Beaver Dam community members provided us input and feedback. They helped with the logo design. They helped with the naming of our space. So I wouldn't say it's ever been about like what Cheryl really wanted. I had an idea, and we take it from there and build it to what the people want.
Sure.
And we kind of still try and follow that vibe.
So very, very community directed, sort of.
Correct.
If I don't say so myself.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about your staff. Do they get to have a little fun with the drinks?
They do. We rotate menus out for the seasons, or we might come up with some specialty stuff, whether it's our baked goods or our drinks that we offer. A lot of that is created by staff input and engagement, or they come up with something and they pitch it to the rest of us. A lot of our flyers are designed. Sometimes our high school students are working on projects for school, and they want to practice their designing skills by making a flyer for us. A lot of our vendors come to us through recommendations by staff or customers. We might be trying new bakery selections, a lot of homemade stuff on site, family recipes, customer recipes, staff recipes. This week they're working on a new garlic aioli recipe
You had me at garlic.
Yeah, we have a really good breakfast sandwich, and the staff help kind of curate what that sandwich is going to be, what all goes into it. And now we're working on our garlic aioli homemade spread to go with it, or dipping sauce to go with it.
Yum.
So it's really important to make sure that the staff have value and input in what we're doing. It's very rare that I'm making a unilateral decision, and if I am, it's usually because of public safety, food safety, or regulations.
Sure, things that just need to be done.
Yeah, but the staff are fantastic. We've been very blessed with the group of people that we have and have had over the years, their commitment to that local experience and the friendly attitude and support that we offer the community. And we've been really grateful of the community and how they've supported us.
As you're talking about, everything at Higher Grounds, the word that's coming to mind is collaborative. It seems like everything there is collaborative, from the community suggestions to your staff coming up with ideas for food and drinks. That sounds like a really fun environment.
It can be if you want it to be. I mean, everybody has their own individual things that make them who they are. Some people really love it. Some people maybe are a little intimidated or reserved, but it's an opportunity if they want to participate.
Do you have a couple of most popular drinks that people really seem to latch on to?
Yeah, so our everyday stuff, some of the more popular ones are the Snickers or the Cadbury or the Daddy-O, things that are named after candy bars.
So Daddy-O is my go-to there.
Yeah,
I love that one. Very, very good.
Also fantastic that you can get it iced, blended, or hot.
Yes.
The seasonal favorite, I would say, is probably the Apple Crisp.
Ooh, yeah, I bet that's pretty popular this time of year.
Or the Bonfire Chai. Yeah, those are two that are pretty popular right now for the seasonal side of it.
I take it the Bonfire Chai kind of s'mores inspired.
It is.
Little
a
marshmallow
bit.
flavoring in there, little chocolate flavoring in there, probably.
Yes, with or without espresso, your choice.
Okay, very good. Now I want to do is go to break and go get a coffee, making me thirsty for coffee. What else? You mentioned that other space in your building, that meeting room. Talk a little bit more about that, because that's actually something our family's taken advantage of and had a couple birthday parties in there.
Yeah, birthday parties, baby showers, bridal showers, all of that stuff is super popular, and those are, I would consider, more of our paid venues where
Sure.
people are paying to use the service. We also offer a lot of opportunities for nonprofits, governmental units, students, business groups, and the such, whether it be a cancer support group, maybe there's an Alzheimer's support group, Bo's Heavenly Clubhouse, which is
I was just going to
local.
mention, I was just
Yeah.
talking with Amanda Hartwig from
Yeah.
Bo's Heavenly Clubhouse, and she had just mentioned she has moved her office into that building, and I know the meetings are taking place over by you.
Yeah, so anytime that we're working with those types of organizations, there is no fee to use our space. We just ask for a pay it forward and a consideration of the use. We do a lot with different governments. Post office uses our space occasionally for training. You might even find Kohl's is coming over, or maybe Walmart's coming over. We've had folks from Fish and Wildlife Service. It just, if there's a good use for it and it's legal, why not? It's really, again, a space for people to use, and it meets their needs. Crafters come in. We have, people just come and visit and hang out. It's a great space for them. They can have their own little potlucks in the background. We have a group of people that are affectionately called the swimmers. It can be anywhere from 10 to 20, 25 people who go to the Y and they go swimming on Wednesdays, and then they come over by us. And we used to have them in the cafe. They're very loud, they're very funny, they're very cackly, and they enjoy each other's company, so we've moved them to the back room.
It's like a coffee clutch on steroids.
Yes, that's a good way of describing it. And then sometimes we use the room for our own purposes. We'll have different events, whether it's pre-COVID, we used to do a lot of wine tastings and food samplings. Now we typically will use that for vendor pop-ups. So whether we have the cafe and the meeting room being used for vendor events, we also just do a lot of general pop-ups and provide support to those small home-based businesses.
Yeah, talk a little bit, because you do a number of events, and you have you have vendors in there quite a bit, don't you?
We do. Summer is probably the slowest time of year for us, just with the amount of people traveling.
Sure.
And it's a different audience base. Fall and winter, we'll be starting up our pop-up events again. We historically have held them on Saturday mornings. But it's kind of anything goes. We are very willing to work with the person who has a small home-based business, whether you're a baker, a canner, a crafter, a maker. Maybe you're a farm that has fresh pies and eggs and chickens. It doesn't really matter to us. We just want to provide the opportunity. And if you're available on a Tuesday morning, well, let's do it on a Tuesday morning. But usually Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings is a more scheduled event where we have 3 or 4 different entities, different people in our cafe, and it's free. We just ask people to be professional, respectful, support small business, pay it forward, and they have their own customer base. We have our own customer base, so we kind of share in the values and the opportunities associated with all of that.
Sure. And I know this past summer you had kind of a fun regular event that I think has wrapped up for the year, or is there one more coming up yet?
Which summer event are you referring to?
Cars and Coffee?
Oh, that is wrapped up. So
Okay,
we are
that's what I
not
thought.
actually the original host of that.
Okay.
So Joan and her team and her family, I can't even pronounce her last name. Do you know her last name? Jones? I can't think of it. I know it. Yes, she's at the Watermark.
Oh, Hohenstein, yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
so Joan and I usually partner up together and
Okay.
with Hometown, and that's just a June, July, August event that they host. And this is the second year that they've done that, and it's been very successful, even when it's a little raining outside.
Sure.
So adding in the vendor events and the taco truck was a great addition this year, and hopefully we take it to another level next year.
Going back to talking about that meeting space and, working with some of these nonprofits and allowing them to have that space to use, is that when you started out with this, did you know you wanted to try to find some way to give back and work with nonprofits, or is that something that kind of came along and you went, hey, yeah, we can help with this?
A little bit of both. So
Okay.
when we first started, we needed another source of revenue. And the room that we call the back room or the meeting room wasn't
Sure.
actually a space that I was renting at the time. And we received permission to develop it out and kind of test the waters a little bit with the landlord. That led into a lot of people wanting to use the space because at the time there was not a lot of availability or other types of space that had those amenities or that size. Sometimes it's a little too big, sometimes it's a little too small, and sometimes it's just right. So it started out as kind of a financial opportunity to bring in more people, a marketing opportunity to bring in people who maybe wouldn't come out to our side of town, but were coming for a different venue or a different event at our location. So it kind of started in that realm. I would say COVID was really the moment where I took a pause, and instead of, trying to make a buck per se, we really kind of flipped it on its head and said, the space is here. If we have great groups that want to come in and they need the space, we really need to be reaching out to them, offering our space available to them. Whether, NAMI's another one that's there quite often. So they needed a space, we have a space, and we just offer it. It's organic how it all has come to be, but it really fits with the motto and of who we are as a business and as a culture, and it really fits with who I am as a person and the needs of the community, and it's a good fit.
That brings up a great point. The question I meant to ask at the very beginning, because you do have a motto. Can you share that?
So the name Higher Grounds was something that was, again, people from the community helped us pick the name of our shop. And it's kind of tied to in order to lift others up, you must first stand on higher grounds. So there are people who recognize that as a quote from poetry. Yep. There are other people who recognize it tied to some older hymns. So depending upon your genre, you may recognize it from poetry or from hymnals.
Sure.
And it's really who we are trying to be as a business and as a partner and as a community. It's not just the coffee. That's just the vessel, as you put it.
Sure.
It's really about engagement and community support and opportunities.
What else can folks expect when they come to Higher Grounds? What else should we know?
We're happy. We smile. We're friendly. We want to know how you're doing. We're very blessed. Our customer base is very static. You're going to get to know us. We're going to get to know you. Just take the opportunity to explore. Try something new. Some people are like, I'm a black coffee person, that's all I like, and that's perfectly fine. But something that is more unique that we offer that I don't think any of the other coffee shops have in town is we have an extremely wide array of flavor options.
Yeah.
There's I think we probably have 30 to 50 options, just base flavors that then you can kind of mix and match and curate your own style and find what fits for you.
Yeah.
That's really most important, is find your drink, find your signature drink. We also have all of the bulk bean that you can purchase from us and the different Door County coffee pillow packets. So there's probably 50 different options on the wall. All of our candies come from Joel's over in Thressa at Confections for Any Occasion. And then again, we have all the merchandise. So whether you're coming to meet with a friend and just want to do a little shopping, whether you're coming in to get coffee for your house, or whether you're coming in to curate your own little beverage for the day, we have a unique selection and variety that fits most people's palate.
Can you talk a little bit about, because you do have a really, really great little selection of merchandise. Can you talk about kind of some of what you've got there for the merchandise?
Yeah, everything from homemade soaps, lotions, balms, dog products, dog treats, apparel, earrings and accessories, the candies, the goodies, the saltwater taffy. With the freeze-dried taffy, a lot of our vendors we found at farmers markets, or they are existing customers of ours and didn't know there was an opportunity to sell their stuff.
Huh.
Some of it we buy direct, just because it's easier for us, and some of it is strictly on a consignment base.
Okay.
We enjoy bringing in new items. We work with the families, whether you're recently retired and you've decided to start doing honey or maple syrup, or you've got a stay-at-home mom with a young child and they're cranking out some cute pins and buttons and bow ties. There's a little bit of everything behind everybody's story. So somebody's got something to sell, it's a good fit for us, and we're going to make that opportunity. It's not always a perfect fit. We might rotate things out, but it's an opportunity. So between our Higher Grounds location and our Fox Lake location, we have a pretty wide range of merchandise and foodie stuff that people can select that provides not only a local experience, but is really supporting another person.
I always, when I come into the Beaver Dam location, I always love looking at some of the merchandise. Especially, I always love looking through all the custom coffee mugs with some of the funny sayings, some of the fun wall decor. So that's always fun. Almost out of time. Anything else you want to let folks know about Higher Grounds?
I am a true believer in that shop local. If it's a lot of people are asking, there's been a lot of development and a lot of new coffee shops in town. We each have our own style. We each have our own vibe, and it's important for the customer to do what is they do you do you kind of a thing. But give us a chance if you haven't been out to see us, whether you're here for the coffee or you're coming to check out and hang out with a friend, or you're just looking for a shop local experience and some merchandise. You know, you mentioned the holidays were coming up with Kayla. Gift cards are great.
Yeah.
There's always something that you can find for that $5 and $10 realm.
Yep.
Just something a little to brighten somebody else's day. Shop local, support the local communities. When you're at Higher Grounds, you're not supporting just one family, you're supporting dozens of families.
Remind folks once again where they can find Higher Grounds, both physically and online.
Yeah, so Facebook is our primary presence, and Instagram. We are working on a new website development, so that's under development hopefully for next year. We are out off of Highway 33, so if you head out towards Horicon, we're by the DMV, Kepsel Funeral Home, that general area. Most people know us out in that respect.
All right, very good. That is Cheryl Latch, owner of Higher Grounds Coffee, both out on Highway 33 and, of course, Higher Grounds 2.0 over in Fox Lake, located on Lake Time. It is Business Spotlight Day here on Hometown Today with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce. We'll be back with more after this on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. And welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Of course, Professional Floor Covering, the store for your floor, and so much more. And October is the big gold tag sale. You're going to find fantastic value throughout the store, including on carpet. We talk about those tons of rolls of in-stock carpet, and all that in-stock carpet right now during the gold tag sale gets that free, really nice carpet cushion, which is take advantage of that. If you've been thinking about replacing the carpet, adding some carpet to a room, and kind of been on the fence, this is the time to do it. Don't wait, because you want to take advantage of that deal. They've got Abbey Carpet in store, all on sale, and of course, the Abbey Carpet's got that 60-day quality assurance guarantee. If you're not happy for any reason, just let them know, and we'll get that replaced. No questions asked. They've got that great Stanton carpet line as well, wool carpet as well, which is a very renewable resource if you're looking to go green. Fantastic selection of LVP, some really good high-quality stuff. You've also got the hardwood flooring, countertops, kitchen cabinets, and so much more. That's why we say it's the store for your floor, and so much more. Professional Floor Covering, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. You can also visit them online at proflr.com. It is a spotlight on business today on Hometown Today with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce. So far today, we started the show speaking with Kayla Drake, owner of Rosalie Book Boutique right in downtown Beaver Dam. And then we just finished up talking with Cheryl Latch, owner of Higher Grounds Coffee, Highway 33, just east of town in Beaver Dam here. And now we're excited to welcome in Rob Radig, who is the general manager of Pizza Ranch here on North Spring Street in Beaver Dam. Welcome, Rob.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Kel.
Always great to have you on. You and I get to visit fairly frequently, which is nice, and we've known each other for a bit. But for the folks who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Beaver Dam. I'm born and raised here. Obviously, I've had my time where I moved away. I was in the service and lived in Madison for a while. But we moved back here, as you heard earlier, to be closer to family. I just wanted to get back to my hometown. My wife is a corporate employee for McDonald's, I have 5 children, a couple of grandchildren, but my kids are working in the community. Well, I have one that's away at college right now, but so they're all here working, and it's just a blast to be here and have them staying in the town too. So I'm sure at some point they'll move away, but I'm hoping they don't. So. And
you talk about community ties and small world. Rob and I have known each other a while because your wife was one of my first managers with one of my first jobs.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah. She was one of my first managers. So small world. And I mean, you've been involved in this community for a long time, doing different stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, you come from a little bit of food background even before Pizza Ranch.
Correct. Yeah, I've been in food service for 35 years. I started out, my very first restaurant job was actually at IHOP in Madison. I started there as a cook and been in food service ever since. I mean, I've had a few dips here and there where I've tried some other things, but always came back to the food. You know, it's what I know best, what I do best, and what I love. I mean, it just shows. So.
Nothing wrong with that. You are the general manager, and the owner is Brian. Talk just a little bit about Brian, if you would.
So Brian was the general manager when the Ponderosa was here. He actually was the general manager of that one and the one in Hartford. And COVID took its toll back in the day, and Ponderosa did not survive. And Brian was very... he wanted that business to stay in the area, and he bought the building and the property. And I know he researched quite a bit with different businesses that he could franchises that he could bring to town. And when he met with Pizza Ranch, it was the values and everything about Pizza Ranch just clicked. And what we bring to town, we're a restaurant, but we have a lot of other values as well. And it just felt right for him, and he took that big leap, and here we are today.
Yeah, and you jumped right into what my next question was going to be, which was, why Pizza Ranch? Obviously, you shared why Brian chose Pizza Ranch. when you chose to be a part of it, was it some of those kind of same values that drew you to be a part of that?
Absolutely. Prior to my involvement with Pizza Ranch, I knew of it just as a customer. I've been to the one in Waupun a few times
Sure.
years ago, and when the opportunity, I was not looking for a job when the opportunity came around. I just applied to see what it was about, and if it was something I might fit into. I met with Brian, and another district manager for my second interview, and when we talked about things, it just kind of fell into place. It just clicked. And then when Brian did offer me the position, it was I didn't even hesitate. I just jumped right in because I loved everything that Pizza Ranch stood for and their values. So it just worked.
Isn't that amazing when those conversations happen where it's just so obvious that it's such a good fit, and it adds a lot of excitement.
It does. And even some of our staff, a lot of our staff is just they're there. It's a job, but a lot of them have. We're in 2 years in now, and I've still got. I would say percentage wise, 80% of my staff has been there since day one. So we haven't had a lot of turnover,
which is pretty impressive, specifically in the restaurant business.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a high turnover business.
Well, restaurant business is just that, but you have to take care of your employees. You have to make them part of the family. And Pizza Ranch is just that. It is a family. We really care about our staff. We care about not just at work, but their personal lives. We try to, talk to them about things, and we always have conversations. And I think my staff knows more about my life than they probably need to. But it's just the way it is. We have a good time. We have fun while we work. It's not just work. Part of the job is one of our mottos is to have fun. Respect people, all that kind of stuff. Be polite, but it's all part of the restaurant business. We just, if you're not making it a job, I have to go to work today. No, I get to go to work today. These people are happy to come to work. I've had very few jobs in my life where I got up in the morning and I was like, oh man, I get to go to work today. But this is one of them. I mean, I love Pizza Ranch. I love what we do, and it's great. It is great.
You talk about one of your mottos being about having fun, and that shows in a couple of ways there. One of the things we were just talking about this off the air before we were chatting with you. If you go there and you're eating, pay attention to the shirts of some of the folks working there. Right, some fun stuff happening on there.
It used to be that way. I mean,
Okay.
we did just recently change. We have new uniforms, but those people who've been around or know for a while, our staff used to have T-shirts that had different mottos on the back, and we joke, and it's been an ongoing joke forever because one of our things that people love is our chicken.
Yeah.
And one of the shirts actually used to say, "I know it should be called Chicken Ranch," but you can't do that. It's just
Exactly.
Pizza's our main thing, but you can't go and not have the chicken.
Oh, the chicken is so good.
I will tell you though, to this day, and I don't know that she's even had it yet, every time we're having a conversation, whether it be a family or somebody we know, my wife will still tell you, I've not had their chicken yet. And I'm like, I can't force her, but
I've had the chicken. My kids love the chicken there. I've just heard so many rave reviews. We were fortunate enough to have some of the Pizza Ranch chicken at Uncle Bill's celebration last month, and people were just, so if you were there and you said, and you want to know, man, that chicken was really good, it was Pizza Ranch chicken, because it is very good. And the other way the fun shows is through the Fun Zone. Talk a little bit about the Fun Zone.
Oh my gosh, the Fun Zone is just, well, number one, there's no place for kids to go in town really. There's a few small activities, but they really need a place that they can go and have fun. And the nice thing about the Fun Zone is the parents can come in. They can stay at their table. They can enjoy their dinner. And let the kids go play. We always have staff around that can keep an eye on people. We have TVs in the dining room where you can sit and eat your food or stay at your table, and you can watch your kids in the Fun Zone. So we have 4 different cameras in the Fun Zone, so it shows all the different angles. But the Fun Zone is just that. It was I don't think we've had a game place in town, at least that I can think of, since
not for a long time.
Back when the mall was actually a mall.
Yeah.
We had the gold mine in there.
Yeah.
And it was that's of course way back in my days of high school in the 80s, but still. But I kind of joke. People ask me, say, how's the Fun Zone doing? And I always joke with them and say, it's a license to print money, because it's not, but it's so fun and so busy that we do a lot more than just bring in cheap gifts.
Yeah.
We have some very nice prizes on the wall, and the small stuff that kids can get too.
Yeah.
As small as Tootsie Rolls, all the way up to, we have a PS5. We have Xbox usually, but those are the big things.
And I will tell you, those things actually get won. I was actually in there not too long ago where a young man had actually gotten enough tickets to, I'm pretty sure it was to get a gaming system, if I'm not mistaken.
We have given, I shouldn't say given, but awarded, I think, maybe 4 PS5s so far and a few Xboxes. We just did an Xbox about a week ago.
Okay.
So, but it's hard for kids when they come up and they have their card and you tell them they have so many tickets. And I tell every customer I talk to when I tell them how many tickets they have, I always say, and they don't go away, you can save your tickets if you want to build up for something bigger. It's hard for kids. It's like money burning a hole in the pocket.
Yep.
Because a lot of the parents will say, do you want to save them? And they're like, no. Or you want to get something. And I always tell them if they are looking at something big, I say, well, get something small and save the rest.
That's a great point.
So a lot of them do that. And so at least they walk out with something. And then they're still saving, but even not just the biggest prizes. There are other prizes. We tend to always have Squishmallows, which is huge now. Some of the bigger ones, people love to get that. But we're trying to change it up and try to go with the seasons. So in the summer, we did bubbles and chalk and things, things they have outside. And in the winter, we'll do. Last year, Anissa, who's our Fun Zone manager, she did a Christmas tree with wrapped, surprise gifts underneath for so many tickets. You could. It'll say what
idea.
it is. It's an NFL gift, or it's a doll gift or a Barbie.
Yeah,
gift
I'll give kind of a theme.
You won't know what it is till you open it, but so many tickets you can buy that. We had the little Squishmallow, which came in ornament size, that were hanging all over the tree. So try to appeal to the different seasons and the kids of whatever they want to do. So
very good. We're talking with Rob Radig. He's the general manager at Pizza Ranch in Beaver Dam. We've got to step aside. We're going to be back with more with Rob here in just a moment on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering. Also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings. Make sure to stop by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. You'll find them under the big red awning, and they've got a great selection of home furnishings there. 3 floors to look through, so if you're heading over there, make sure you set aside plenty of time and look through all their great selection. And they've got a fantastic staff over there that are super friendly, super passionate about what they do, very knowledgeable. They can help you if you're just not quite sure where to start with your home furnishings and what might be a good fit for your home. They are definitely happy to help if you let them know what you're looking for. And, of course, they're a great picture framing department that we talk about as well. They can help you out, pick the right frame for whatever project you've got going on, and walk you through the process and give you lots of different options. And you'll know exactly what you're getting before they start the project, and you're just going to be thrilled with the final product. It's going to be something you're going to be really proud to hang in your home. So visit them over there in downtown Beaver Dam, McKinstry's Home Furnishings, also online at mckinstryshomefurnishings.com, and give them a follow on Facebook as well, because they're posting updates there, and you can even maybe get some previews of some of the great products before you head into the store. We're visiting with, it's a Spotlight on Business with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce today, and we are speaking with Rob Raddick. He's the general manager of Pizza Ranch here in Beaver Dam. Before the break, we were talking about that great fun zone at Pizza Ranch, which the kids absolutely love. It's awesome, too, that the cameras are in there so you can let the kids go wild and have their fun, and you can sit and enjoy with a little peace and quiet and enjoy your meal. Want to talk about, though, it's about more than pizza and chicken and games, because you guys are very involved with the community. Talk a little bit about your community impact.
So our Community Impact Nights is a fundraising opportunity for businesses, nonprofits, groups like that to come in and raise some money. It's not much different than other places who do fundraisers as well. Our Community Impact Nights are held on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So 10% of of the sales from 4 to 8 p.m., including all cash, tips, and donations, go to the organization that we're raising funds for that evening. And any organization, any school group, any sporting team, whatever, if they need to raise money for something, we support all of that. One of our vision at Pizza Ranch as a corporate vision is to glorify God by positively impacting the world. Now that kind of stems from the fact that Pizza Ranch was founded on Christian values. We're not a Christian place, so people don't have to worry about that. It's just
you're not going to make them say a prayer before a meal or anything like that.
But the values is where we kind of want to settle ourselves in, and to glorify God by positively impacting the world is where that all begins. So we want to become very community oriented. We do a lot for the community, not only our Community Impact Nights for raising funds, but actually, while we're talking about community, I want to talk about what we've done so far for the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
This year alone, we have just surpassed the $30,000 mark that we've raised for the community.
Wow.
That is the money that, like, when they walk out the door with.
Sure.
Now, what Pizza Ranch itself has given is about $11,000.
Okay.
So people kind of have an idea how much money that raising part is actually, when you come in on a night that they're doing something, that $5 you drop in their tip jar or whatever really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Since we've opened, now we're not quite open 2 years. We're about 3 months short of our 2-year mark. But we have surpassed $70,000 that we've given back to the community. So that just makes us feel great inside.
It has to.
And that's just the Community Impact Nights. We also donate to pretty much anybody who comes to us and says, "Hey, we're doing a fundraiser, we're having an auction, we're doing a family night at the school. Can you give?" I mean, we've given so much in that. Everything from free buffets, free $5 Fun Zone cards for the Fun Zone, pizza a month for a year, things like that. We hand out to various organizations. The schools, one of our biggest areas that we love to support is the schools. We have a reading program that we've got into the schools with all elementary schools and the library here and in Horicon. It's called the Reading Rodeo. So basically, we just supply the rewards.
Yeah.
The teachers, the schools, the librarians, they set the goals. and it's a free child's buffet or free kids buffet, and they can earn that by doing whatever or reaching whatever milestone they have to reach for reading. They also get a gold star that they can put their name on, and then they bring that in with them, and we literally put some tape on the back of it and let them go hang it on the wall when they come in. If you come into Pizza Ranch right now, we have that long hallway as you enter. We have on the right side, it's called Reading All Stars, and you'll see all kinds of the reading stars and stuff up there, along with some thank you letters and things that the kids have written. And most of that's from last school year. There's a couple from this year, but we're in the process of just restarting that now to get new ones up for this year. But the kids, we go into the grade schools and do free pizza parties. For every grade school, we do a free classroom pizza party once a month. And again, they set the goals, and whatever class wins the pizza party that month, we go in and do a free classroom party. And we do that, actually, all the elementary schools in Beaver Dam, Dodgeland, Randolph, Fox Lake. Last year we did it as far as Marquesan, so we've really been out there and trying to get involved in the surrounding communities as well.
Yeah, and we've felt that impact here with the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. Pizza Ranch was very generous in donating, I believe, a party package, pizza for a year, and a bunch of gift cards as well. So that was fantastic, and that was so that $70,000 doesn't even include a lot of these things. I mean, there's a lot more impact that has been had on the community.
It is, and it's we're not out there looking for recognition. It's just it's just being part of the community is what we want to do. And
it's those values that drew you to Pizza Ranch.
Exactly. And when I learned what they do, and I do most of that myself, but I have some great assistant managers that really help me with it, and I have a new person that's helping me with the marketing aspect of it. So that's we just we have a new program. It's called PR2. It's our marketing program, and one of my employees who's helping with the marketing, she actually goes out once a week to whatever the focus is that week, and she visits businesses and gives them coupons and cards to do that. We did like 1 week was for the fire departments and public safety, so we took free coupons to the fire department for the staff there. But each week it'll be a different business that we focus on, and we're getting out to try to get other business. And really, it's our way of saying thank you to these other businesses for being in the community. So when we go in and visit them, it's really, hey, thanks for what you do in the community. Here's some free coupons, or here's some whatever coupon or percentage off we're giving them. So there's different ones every week for different businesses. So if we haven't gotten to you yet, we'll get there.
They'll probably be getting around.
But like when I was talking about, while we're talking about the Radiothon, Noel's Angel Walk. We talked about bringing that up. We recently got involved with Noel's Angel Walk because they're in the process right now of doing a pizza fundraiser.
Yep.
So they are selling our frozen pizzas. So I hope everybody's going to get in on that. So you can take a little Pizza Ranch home with you. You know, and I have cooked the frozen pizzas at the store, and they are just as good as the ones that we do in the store fresh.
Okay, good to know. I'm sure everybody wonders.
It's they're only offering, I think, 3 varieties, but they're the best 3 varieties we have.
Yeah,
so
probably the most popular.
So yeah, get involved with that. If you get asked, you'll purchase a few. Support Noel's Angel Walk.
Absolutely. We're visiting with Rob Raddick, General Manager at Pizza Ranch here in Beaver Dam. We'll wrap things up with Rob after this on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering on 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV. It is a spotlight on business with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce today. We're chatting with Rob Radig. He's the general manager at Pizza Ranch in Beaver Dam. And just a few other things that we wanted to talk about, Rob, before you head out. One of those being those great meeting room, party rooms that you've got over there.
Yeah, our community rooms are awesome. We have 3 of them that can all be divided or opened up into one big one. There is no charge. People always call and say, what's the cost to rent a room? And I'm like, there's no cost for the room. We just require a reservation so that we don't overbook or double book things. Basically what you're going to eat and what you're going to do there is what you're going to pay. So there is no cost for the room. But just so people kind of have an idea, we have 3 rooms. 2 of the rooms hold 20. One of them holds 28.
Okay.
And they can be opened up to make, have 48 or 40 or 68 total.
Sure.
We do have the connection to we have a large TV in the last room, so a lot of the meetings, and we'll use the TV for PowerPoints or whatever, they need to run videos and stuff. So that capability is in there as well for organizations, because we do have several groups in town that meet regularly and use the room on a regular basis.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you guys welcome the Rotary on a monthly
the Rotary
basis over
meets,
there?
Every Monday in the room. The Kiwanis meet every other Tuesday. So we've got to start on getting some of them in there, and I'm glad they like to have a place where they can eat and eat and meet and eat, whatever you want to call it. So it's nice to have a place that they can do that and have the the privacy at the same time, so they don't have to be sitting in the dining room. So
now, earlier in the show we were talking with Cheryl Latch from Higher Grounds Coffee Shop. When people think Pizza Ranch and pizza and chicken, maybe they don't think coffee, but we do actually want to talk a little bit about coffee, don't we?
We do, just briefly. I'm not a coffee expert, and I'm not a person I drink some coffee, but I couldn't tell good coffee from bad coffee. And I know there's plenty of people out there that can. I'm told that our coffee is very good. When I see people with a coffee cup, I do always like to go up and ask them how's the coffee, because there's a little special background to our coffee, and we have 3 varieties of coffee, obviously, and all of our coffee comes from Ethiopia, and a certain region in Ethiopia, I should say. And the nice thing is that for every pound of coffee that we sell, we give 50 cents back to this region in North Ethiopia, and that money goes to building schools, building educational programs, helping fund meal programs for those Ethiopian kids. And it just goes back to that vision when I said to glorify God by positively impacting the world. It's not just our community.
Yeah.
We do mission trips. We have one coming up to Jamaica. We go there once a year. The people going will spend a week, and they'll help them with building projects and things like that. So there's a few different mission things we do. We have one, it's called Wildwood Ranch. That one's coming up as well, and volunteers go there. It's kind of like, I don't want to say a dude ranch. I don't know the proper term to use for it, but you'll go there and you will work on the ranch for a week, and you have the benefits of having some fun while you're there, but you're going to work too. So it's all, you don't pay for anything to go to that, but you will work work your tail off. So people who want to get that, it's a nice involvement for our staff to be able to go to these different mission opportunities. We have a scholarship program for our seniors that we get involved with every year. We also have one that's called Bibles for Seniors. That's not all the stores do that, but they do offer free Bibles for that we could give to our graduating seniors. So yeah, it's just not kind of nonstop the ways that we want to get involved.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm hearing positive impacts in kind of every aspect of the business. We've just got a minute left, but before you go, if you just want to let people know about some of the specials you've got over there.
Sure. We have actually a whole week worth of specials going on. The biggest one I want to mention is Monday through Thursday, 2 to 4 p.m. is our happy hour. For seniors, the buffet is $9.99. And Monday through Friday for seniors, 2 to 4. Right now, for a few more weeks, we have the Monday through Thursday, 2 to 4 for everybody. $9.99. So the seniors are all week, and then Monday through Thursday for everybody else. The seniors won't stop, but everybody else will at the end of this month. Monday is half price games in our fun zone, so you get double your play. And people don't know, but there is a Fun Zone rewards program now that people can register their cards and get rewards, just like they do at the front desk as well when they're coming in to pay. Tuesdays right now is buy one, get one free on 2-piece chicken dinners. Wednesday is senior day, so seniors get an extra 5% off. So it's normally 10% off every day, but they get 15% off on seniors on senior day on Wednesdays. And it's double points for those that have ranch rewards. Thursday is buy one, get one free on large pizzas. And nothing on Friday. Friday's a normal day. But we do have military discount too. I never want to forget that. Military gets 15% off every day, all the time.
Okay.
So we really want to take care of our military. And at our particular pizza ranch, I can't say this for all of them, but at ours that includes first responders,
Sure.
and stuff as well. They get that military discount as well.
Okay.
So.
Very good. And that is Rob Raddick. He's the general manager at Pizza Ranch here in Beaver Dam. Rob, thanks so much for being with us today.
I appreciate the chance to be here.
Stop in and say hi to him at Pizza Ranch. We got to step aside. When we come back, we'll chat with Tracy Probst from the Chamber of Commerce, talk about what's going on around Beaver Dam, including a big event coming up. So you want to stick around for that. It's Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Welcome back to Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. A big thanks to a couple of folks who have joined us on the show today. It's been a spotlight on business with the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce. It was great catching up with Kayla Drake, owner of Rosalie Book Boutique in downtown Beaver Dam, Cheryl Latch, owner of Higher Grounds Coffee, and Rob Radig, general manager for Pizza Ranch here in Beaver Dam. I always appreciate Tracy Probst from the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce bringing us some great guests. And now we got a chance to sit down with you and chat a little bit about some other things happening around Beaver Dam, because as we were just talking about off the air during the break, there is so much happening here in Beaver Dam, isn't there?
You know, it's funny because I'm always like, oh, it's, we're going to slow down here for a little bit. And it's like, no.
every time it's like, well, next time we visit, it's probably going to be a little slow. And then by the time you're like, no, it's not. It's not going to be slow.
Not. So,
well, you are gearing up for a really big weekend. I mean, there's always something happening, but there's a couple of really big weekends here in town. And there's a big one coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend, with Fall Downtown Fest, and so much happening with that. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So that festival is part of DBDI, the Downtown Beaver Dam Group, and they are an affiliate of the Chamber, so we are actively involved with organizing that event. Fall Downtown Fest is on October 26th. The main family event time is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or whenever the casket races end.
Sure.
And then at night there is a monster bar crawl where we do get a shuttle to go between the bars and have the adults dress up and have a little adult time. But so much happening on that day. The schedule, Shannon in our office has just finished it, and it hopefully will be going up on our website. You can go to visitbeaverdam.com or beaverdamchamber.com.
Super.
And under community events, and look up the Fall Downtown Fest and print yourself a copy of the events.
And I'm sure you'll have all the info too if folks want to follow the Chamber on Facebook. That's another great resource too. You post everything there.
We will be posting that as well. So we closed down the 100 to 300 blocks of South Spring Street, and then also the 100 block of Front Street. Yeah, so we have about 38 trick-or-treat stops with businesses and organizations. And then happening on Front Street, I know the new K-9 crew is going to be there from the police department. The Army is coming out with a rock climbing wall. We have the Women's Auxiliary with pumpkin bowling. We even have the Robotics Club that's going to come out and do the demonstrations with their robot.
Okay.
Those are just some of the things that are happening on Front Street. There's also performances from organizations like Third Heaven, Get Fit Gymnastics, One Voice, just to name a few. And, of course, the Dancing Witches will be back.
Yes, that is so much fun.
If you ever wanted to be a witch or a warlock and have fun and join the group, Dance Now Studios, Julie Ronzani, is running practices there. So give them a call and see if you can join. Otherwise, you can watch a video and learn it. If I had learned it, anyone can learn it. So a lot of fun having the Witches Dance, which will be performing twice at the beginning of the festival, and then they will be performing right before the casket race final race, which you are going to be emceeing.
Yes, I'm going to be down there. I was just going to say I got the chance to be down there last year helping out play some music, and I got to play the music for the final performance for the Witches Dance last year. It was so much fun to watch. I couldn't believe how many witches there were participating. It was great.
And I want to say, I'm not a witch, okay? I'm not. But it's okay. It's fun sometimes.
It's okay
just,
to play one
dress
once
up
in a while.
and play one.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
And yes, a couple of us from the radio station have the great pleasure. We'll be down there all day, getting to spin some tunes and make all the announcements for the casket races. And so we appreciate the Chamber reaching out and asking us to do that because we love being involved. And yes, we will be racing a casket. Absolutely.
And you're going to be against probably 15 other caskets. We had someone call in. The registrations were due on Monday, and they called in and said, can we put our verbal registration in? So we think we have 16 caskets.
Okay.
It's gone up every year. I think we started at 7 to 12 and now 16.
Okay.
We actually had someone register from the Northern Illinois Fear Fest.
Wow.
So I don't know what that's about.
So what you're saying is we might have some real competition here when it comes to theme.
If they're traveling out of town now to be a part of this. So
that's pretty cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And, it's not expected that people have a theme or something like that, but I have just been amazed at how each of these teams has gotten into their costumes. You know, we had Power Sports Company. I think they were the Ghostbusters, Matera.
Oh, yes, okay.
I don't know what you call that. It was some video game. What was
Okay.
it? The Mario Brothers. Maybe
Oh,
they were
Mario
last
Brothers,
year.
yep.
You guys were zombies last year.
We were the Daily Dodge Undead.
Undead,
Yep, the Daily
and-
Dodge Undead, and I remember. I think it was Rich Lou that had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is brilliant because the pizza tie in there, and that was great. There was a group that did Beetlejuice.
That was Richie Lou too. So I think the Ninja Turtles were the first year. and
Okay,
they were
yeah, I
Beetlejuice
think
the
you're
second
right.
year.
Yep.
Yes.
There's been some great themes through the couple years, and these are just so much fun. I remember seeing it the first year and going, well, that's something different. That's really neat. This is going to be really fun. I wonder how many teams were going to get put together, and it was a great turnout. You had a number of teams, and you just had the streets were just lined with folks watching because it is a blast to watch.
On our Facebook event, I think Shannon was telling me we had about 9,000 people interested in the event. Yeah, so which is kind of crazy, and we've had a couple calls. And
It just goes to speak. It's one of those things you just really don't want to miss because you don't really, where else are you going to see that?
Exactly.
Except
for I think Illinois does one, and Colorado. It started. I was doing some research on this in Colorado when a casket that was on a hill during a rainstorm actually kind of came
okay.
out, and then they started the
Somebody
casket
went,
races.
we could, if there were two of them, they could race. And I think with 16 teams, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, going to be a double elimination.
It will be a double
situation.
elimination.
Okay.
Yes, and we have 2 BSA troops that are going to help facilitate that again. I really appreciate them for being there. And they know how to run these things. So they're great leaders, and they're going to make it fun for our participants.
It's going to be a great time. Anything else we need to know about Fall Downtown Fest coming up next Saturday, October 26th, here in downtown Beaver Dam?
In addition to our amazing restaurants that are going to be doing a lot of eats and treats, I know we have like Great Harvest that has some great little fun themed
they've got the witch's
desserts.
fingers.
Yes,
Those are back, I
yes.
see. Yeah.
We have 10 different kind of eats and treats, food trucks and things like that that are
Okay.
coming in for the event. The Chamber, we do a Chamber of Mystery. It's no charge. Kids go through and there's different themes, and they play a game and win a prize. That is something that is sponsored by our many sponsors at the Chamber. Then also, check the schedule of events because there is a lot going on, and then that can keep you on course. Art on the Town has a number of really great art projects that you can do. You can walk in and have a good time if get the creative side out of you. But just walk around and take advantage of all the organizations that are going to be on the street and selling things or having games.
Okay, very good. Again, that's all happening downtown Beaver Dam, Front Street and South Spring Street, the 1 and 300 blocks there. You can't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So many things happening, and as Tracy mentioned, make sure to stay tuned to their website. Visit beaverdam.com, the Chamber Facebook page, and you can find all that information. That schedule comes in really handy. I know when we come down each year, we actually will print off a physical copy, so that way we've got it right there, and we know where we're going and what's going on when. It's really really helpful. So that's coming up again, October 26th. Going to be a lot of fun. And then beyond that, we get past Halloween, and before we know it, it's holiday time. And a lot of things happening around the holiday. Let's first talk about a winter market that's going to be coming up.
Yeah, so I had talked with the owners of the 1934 Event Center. If you don't know where that is, it is the old Legion building just up from Annabelle's. And they have really have restored a lot of it. It's a great space. You can rent it for events. And, there's been a call for a winter market. And so they've decided to take it upon themselves. It looks like it's the first Tuesdays of the month, beginning on November 5th. And they are looking for vendors, so you can reach out to the 1934 Event Center. And it would be really great for our community if, this just became a standard thing, like our regular farmers markets.
Yeah.
We only have 2 of those left, so make sure we support our local farmers and vendors and downtown. But in the winter, this is a new opportunity for people to connect, because farmers market, it's great to shop, but it's also a connecting place too.
Yeah.
So, and during those gloomy, months, it'll be nice to have something to look forward to with the winter market.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you mentioned the holidays, and
Yes.
so everyone put on your calendars December 7th. That seems to be kind of our big holiday day in Beaver Dam. That's Saturday. We have the Cocoa Walk downtown and with our local businesses. So if you shop, you can pick up a chocolate treat at every stop. And also, it's the parade that evening.
Yes.
So please do get your entries in. You can go to the Beaver Dam Chamber website and register on our website for your parade float.
Yes.
Or
Entry,
light up
vehicle,
yeah, I was gonna
whatever
say,
it might
thank you.
be.
Whatever's
You can,
lit up.
You can walk, you can drive, however you want to get through the parade.
And so we've actually reached out to the Dancing Grannies in Milwaukee, and so it looks like the Dancing Grannies are going to be making an appearance here at our
Super.
parade this year. So everything seems to be headed in that direction, and we hope we get a full confirmation of that as well.
Oh, that's great. And of course, we definitely encourage to, if you're around and you're able to head downtown for the parade. It's a lot of fun. If for some reason you're out of town or whatever, you'll also be able to catch a live stream on Daily Dodge TV that evening as well. So going to be a fun time. That day, that big holiday day, is always so much fun.
Yeah, we also have the Santa's Hometown Holiday Adventure on the December 7th,
Okay.
and that's 10 to noon is the
Sure.
key periods. But that's where families really kind of run around town in their cars
Yep.
with different little giveaways and things like that. So looking forward to that. I have to say, Newman Pools called in. They're already planning their parade float. I think they won last year. And
Okay.
They just kind of want to make sure they win again. So I was really kind of excited to hear some of the ideas and looking forward to seeing what Newman Pools float looks like this year.
Yeah, that'll be great. We have just a minute or so left here, but I really want to quickly, two other things going on. Peony sale happening.
Yes. Because we have the Arts and Peony Fest here, we every year have sold peonies. And we have the Bartzella, which is a popular yellow peony for $30 and Coral Sunset for $22. You can stop by the chamber, and they are roots that you can plant right away. So if you're interested in any of those peonies, let us know. It's actually a great deal. And then check out the scarecrows on parade, too, that are downtown. Appreciate all the businesses, including Daily Dodge.
That's right.
WBEV ESPN has a nice one.
Yeah, stop down there, see if you can find the ESPN Beaver Dam Scarecrow. If you want, take a selfie and tag us in it, see if you've found it. And also, Economic Update Luncheon coming up.
We do on November 14th. That is open to the public. We have great speakers. It's getting to know our city administrator gives a report, Nathan Teal, Cameron Clapper, Dodge County Administrator. Also, Mark DeStefano, and I'm looking up his name. We have the state economist coming in from the Department of Revenue, and John Kosikin, that's his name, John Kosikin, and he is going to really give data on our county. So I look forward to that as well. And you can order tickets on the beaverdamchamber.com website.
Visit beaverdamchamber.com for all of these great upcoming things. Tracy Probst, Executive Director of the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Stay tuned. We've got Taking Care of Business coming up next. Wade Bates will be joined by Beaver Dam Unified School District here on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.